There's one, big one. Oh, got her, got her, got her. Got one. Oh, she got off. Oh, oh, that was a good fish, man.
That's why you musky fish. Scoop. Eclipse! Let's go! So this is the start to day 9, and it's not really the start that I wanted. Forrest has to guide today. I knew that coming into today, but last night after Forrest caught that drone fish, and I caught that bigger fish afterwards, we were headed in from the lodge. We were about 25 yards north, and on day 2 we didn't capture it on film, but on day 2 we were exploring some new stuff, and I hit a rock with my prop. We looked at the prop, we decided that everything was fine. There was some dents on it. I scratched up a little bit, not a big deal. We ran it the last 6 days just fine. Last night when we were coming in, we got about a mile from Forrest's place, and my motor started to make a really weird noise. I slowed down to about 25. I turned my headlamp on and looked behind me and couldn't see anything, and I tried to replicate the noise. And as soon as I replicated the noise, my actual shaft of my prop completely broke, and my prop and everything is gone. So I'll show you here. As you can see, there is no prop, and you can see where the steel is actually broke off there. It's obviously something that sucks. I can't say in 10 years of fishing Lake of the Woods that I've hit a rock like this. It's not a matter of if you're gonna hit a rock up here, if you spend the amount of time, it's a matter of when. It happens. We were on new water. I was focused on another boat doing something else, and all of a sudden I was on the side of this reef. I trimmed up as high as I could and whipped the boat to the side, and I just couldn't get off it quite in time, and I nicked it. It is what it is. So today, I'm gonna rent a boat from the lodge, one of the lodges that Forrest guides out of. I'm gonna rent a boat from those guys, and me and Ryan are just gonna have to make it work. So I'm gonna grab my stuff, get it in the boat. So we gotta get going. Not the life for me. This sucks. We're fishing though. We're fishing, baby. Oh yeah, I think fish. She was hot on it too. Actually, gonna grab this. She'll eat the cast back bait. a better one. No, that is the one I just saw. That is the one that I just had up, and I said, see if she bites a castback bait. Oh my gosh, she smoked that thing. Oh. All right. Nice. Come here. There we go, in the bag. Sometimes I just want something a little bit different. She came up kind of, I mean, great spot, but kind of, I wasn't really expecting it, I guess. They normally come off of behind me a little more versus this spot right here. She absolutely smoked it. She's got all 3 hooks in her face. All right. There's one. She's been caught before. She's got a pretty messed up lower jaw. Okay. There's a little chunker. We're making do with what we got today. I can only fish a small portion of the lake due to the wind, and since my boat's a little out of commission at the moment, we're fishing out of a rental boat, but we're still catching fish. We're seeing fish. The wind's blowing, so I'm staying away out of the wind. I'm staying some protected stuff, but still fishing current. Current's been really good to us this week, and it's just what I'm gonna have to fish all day, and I can deal with that. There's plenty of fish on it. Hopefully this is just the start to our day. Oh, you can actually see on that fish's jaw, she's been caught once before on this side where I had my hand in. Catch and release works. As long as you deal with these fish correctly and handle them properly. Someone already did it once and she's doing great. She's gonna take off really good. Didn't quite want the spinnerbait, but she came back on that jerkbait pretty quick. There she goes. Just like that, we got a fish in the boat by noon. It's good. We got our major coming up at 4:30 today. Our major's moon overhead. That's at 4:30. And we're just trying to stay out of the wind, basically. It's like blowing 15 to 20 on the main lake, and in this boat. If I had my boat, I'd love to be out in the wind. But we're doing with what we got today. We're making it work. So that was an awesome catch, just dealing with adversity, and we'll get through the day. We're gonna get another couple bites, I think. So I just released that last fish. I go to leave the spot. I wanted to turn the trolling motor on a little bit to get us off the rock wall that we drifted over to, and now my trolling motor won't turn left. So we got that to deal with too today. I can turn right, but in order to turn left, I got to do it by hand. It's probably not the best for the trolling motor, but I got to turn left. This is gonna suck. Oh, I just had a big one miss it. Oh, that fish swung so hard. No, like 100 miles an hour, just whiffed. Oh my goodness. That fish would have ripped the rod out of my hand. Fish. Oh, that was a nice fish. God, I might have messed that up.
no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, that was the big one. That was the big one. I think it was the big one. Oh my God, what a strike. She just nipped the back of it and just didn't get it. I had to set, she was on it. Me and Forrest have been seeing a fish here for, I think, 3 years now. That's, you know, I don't, the more I think about it, the more I think it wasn't that fish, but that was a good one. I mean, that fish was 46 to 48. We saw one here 3 years ago that was just super fat, 48. We've been after this fish time and time again, and I was gonna go to a different spot, and all of a sudden I whipped around this corner, I looked at Ryan, I said, last second decision, I want this fish that's over here, and so close, but the night's young. That's a nice fish. So I think people think of musky gears, it's super heavy duty, it's super strong, it's super tough, and you know, nothing's ever gonna break. Well, maintenance to me is a huge part of making sure that when I set the hook on a fish, when I'm fighting a fish, that nothing is possibly gonna go wrong that I could have prevented. Something that I do is I run steel leaders and I also run fluorocarbon leaders. With your steel leaders, you wanna make sure that there's no kinks, no substantial kinks in your wire that creates a weak spot. And with fluorocarbon, you wanna make sure that it's not frayed from teeth or rocks or stuff like that. So your leaders are huge. And also your main line, where your main line connects to your swivel, you wanna make sure this is all good. This is actually a little frayed up here. This actually needs to get retied. And I just retied this before I came up here. Always watch this stuff. I mean, this is what you fight your fish with right here. It's so crucial. And another thing I see a lot of people do, if you look at my rod here, I've got my bait here actually attached to my reel handle, versus where the rods come with a nice place to put your hook right here. But what this does is, number one, you're gonna scratch your rod blank because your hooks are sharp. And number two, if you're riding around the boat, you can get this line to wear on your hook and it'll actually cause a fray right here. So this is super crucial, I think, because you don't, braid is strong, but once you start to fray braid, it becomes very fragile and very weak. So I always bring in my baits, I hook them around my reel handle, so this gets scratched up a little bit. It doesn't really bother me. My fingers are out here anyway, and it keeps your line safe and strong. Huge, huge tip. Fish. See that? Fish. Okay, okay. Let's do this real quick here. All right. Up. And, oh, there we go. Solo net jobs. They're not always the prettiest. Oh man, I was telling Ryan, I was like, I got one more spot. It's a giant shelf, it's shallow, there's current roaring over it. There's current been ripping over it all day. And it's like, it's a perfect topwater spot. No wake or nothing, just came up and got it. That fish before was a heartbreaker and is a lot bigger than this one. But after a day like today, man, my gosh. We didn't see much for fish, and it was just rough. And on top of it, the boat situation, and oh man. But we made it work today. We grabbed a boat from the local lodge, threw all the stuff in it, and me and Ryan stuck it out today. And Ryan's been working his tail off behind the camera. His back's killing him. That camera weighs more than this fish. And focusing it and everything in the low light. And I got to thank him so much for coming on this trip. It means a lot to me, and I'm so proud of him and everything he's doing, and the talent that he has is extraordinary. I'm just here to catch fish and have fun. He's the guy that gets to capture it and really will let me look back on it years and years from now and help show it to all you guys. So let's get this fish. She's unhooked. I'll grab her right away, show her to you guys before we lose all of our light. All right. There we go. Another topwater fish. Topwater has been the deal the last 2 days. And it's awesome because it's always the deal up here, but we didn't have it because of our weather this week. And the last 2 days we finally got on a good topwater bite. This fish has actually been caught before, and she's got a, if you look right there, see that, Ryan? That there's a cut from somebody's braid from their line. She got all twisted up and she actually cut herself, but she healed. So once again, guys, catch and release works. You just got to handle the fish right, keep them out of the water for the least amount of time as possible. And that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna get her back. All right, she's doing good. There she goes. Just like that, waving by. Day nine was tough. It's not easy when you're fishing just one line up here, especially with the way our bite's been. We've caught fish on everything this week. Literally, almost every single style of musky bait you can throw. We've caught them on. We've caught them on crankbaits. We've caught them on bucktails, topwater, rubber, jerk baits, dive and rise baits, like single-bladed bucktails, double-bladed bucktails. Everything, we've had no solid pattern except for the last 2 nights we've been on. Like last night was phenomenal for topwater, and tonight it got warm enough during the day where I thought topwater was gonna be good tonight again if it got calm. It got calm, put on topwater, got 2 strikes, got 1 in the boat. But awesome day. We're gonna head back in. Tomorrow's the last day here. It always sucks leaving this place. This place feels like home when I'm here, and when I leave, it doesn't feel right. It's like this is where I belong, but gotta go back to reality for a little bit. That might be changing in the future, hopefully, but for now, I'm just gonna focus on tomorrow. So, one more day, we got 1 more check mark. What other shots do you want? Were you recording? It's day 9. We're like stupid silly. We're stupid tired. Yeah, thing, right? Turn left, you. Oh man. Oh, you almost broke like $1,500 right there. Blooper!